Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the podcast where we dive deep into self-care, healing, and the journey towards inner peace. I'm so grateful you're here today because we're talking about something that weighs so many of us down, and that's letting go of what's hurting our soul. Holding on to pain, past mistakes, toxic relationships, or even self-doubt can make you feel like you're carrying a heavy backpack you were never meant to bear. And I know it's not easy to just let go, because if it was, we would all be walking around free of emotional burdens. But today, I want to guide you through the process of recognizing what's weighing you down and taking the steps to release it for the sake of your mental health. So we're going to take a breath in, exhale, and let's dive in. First is recognizing what's hurting you. Sometimes we hold on to things so tightly that we don't even realize how much they're affecting us. It could be a past relationship that ended badly, a mistake that still haunts you, or even the negative words someone spoke over you. So I want you to ask yourself, what thoughts or memories keep me up at night? What situations trigger anxiety or sadness? Or lastly, am I holding on to resentment or guilt that no longer serves me? When we acknowledge our pain instead of suppressing it, we take the first steps towards healing. I think we've all been there. Either it's been in a, loving relationship with a partner, family members, or even friends that end badly, and we like to go over in our heads how things could have gone differently. Or if you make a mistake at work, or you make a mistake again with someone you love, or someone says something to you that is negative, and we always replay these moments in our head. How could I have done this differently? What could I have said to make this situation not escalate? And sometimes we don't realize that once we get into new relationships or sometimes new workplaces, that there is an anxiety that kind of attaches to us because we're scared to make that mistake again. We're scared, of that relationship ending badly. And sometimes we build up these walls and these borders to protect ourselves. But what we're doing is we are holding on so tightly because we're scared. And I think that we have guilt over not being able to open up to people or not being able to, be our true selves, because if we are, then things are going to go bad. So I think, again, recognizing what's hurting you is the first step to say, okay, these are the things that have happened, but I need to acknowledge that pain, and then I need to figure out what I need to do next to, heal that and keep going and growing and not be stuck in these feelings all the time. So next, we're going to talk about the power of acceptance. One of the hardest truths I've learned is that we can't change the past. We can't force people to apologize. We can't undo certain moments. But what we can do is accept what happened and decide that it no longer has power over us. Acceptance doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you are choosing to stop reliving it. You are choosing peace over pain. If you're struggling with this, try saying out loud, I accept what has happened. I release its hold on me. I deserve to move forward. Again, that's a hard truth, is there are so many moments in our lives that are in the past that we wish we could change, but life is always moving forward. And there is not a magical pill, a magical time machine that you can just jump in to change your past. The past isn't a past for a reason. We learn from mistakes and then we learn to move forward. And I think that learning to release those things and realizing that you can't force people to apologize to you, you can't undo those certain moments, but we can just accept that it happened and that we want to release it and release the hold it has on us and move forward so we can live the best life that we want to live. So next, we're talking about releasing and replacing. Because letting go isn't about removing the pain, it's about making room for healing. Picture your heart and mind as a garden. If we never pull the weeds, nothing new can grow. So here are some practical ways of letting go. First is journaling. Write a letter to the thing or person you're letting go of. You don't have to send it, just release it. This is also something that has helped me a lot, is when I feel like I'm holding on to feelings too much. I like to sit down and journal them out. And it's just a way to release what you've been holding on to and kind of, be able to write out how you're feeling. And then it's kind of like once I write it out, I've released it and it makes me feel like I'm not carrying so much, again, like almost a heavy backpack, a burden on my back. It's releasing it and kind of letting go. Or some people like to write a letter to someone that's hurt them, or a past memory that maybe was traumatizing to them, and they'll write it down and then they will take it out and burn it in a fire. They'll rip it up, they'll shred it, and that's their way of releasing it. Or sometimes people like to write it out, but they like to keep it so then they can kind of look back on it and remind themselves, like, remember, I'm releasing this pain, I'm releasing whatever is holding me back, and I've decided to let it go and move forward. So however way, it works for you, kind of figure it out. Sometimes journaling doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. But if you haven't tried it, definitely try it and then kind of see how you feel. And then if you like it, continuously do it. And if not, find something else that works. Because another thing that could work for you is forgiveness. Not for them, but for you. Holding on to anger only poisons your own peace. So I think sometimes we just want to have that forgiveness, or be forgiven, or forgive somebody for, the things that happen. But sometimes we realize, or we have to realize, that we're not going to get the apologies, that we think we deserve. But if we, forgive ourselves for those past mistakes, those past relationships, and say, I am done letting this make me upset and anger me and make me, depressed over what happened. I'm just going to say, I forgive me for what happened. I forgive me for not realizing that relationship was toxic. I forgive myself for the mistakes I've made in the past, and I just want to move forward. Then it's a way to honor your own peace and kind of just let yourself move forward into that next season and say, I'm not going backwards. I've forgiven myself for that, and I am ready to move forward. The next ones could be affirmations. Replacing negative thoughts with healing ones. Instead of I'll never be enough, say I am worthy just as I am. I love affirmations. They are just something that you could read to yourself over and over again that is uplifting. There are so many different affirmations for whatever is going on in your life. And something that I did for myself that was like a practice, or kind of like a way to see my affirmations all the time, is I would write them on Post-it notes, and then I would put them in my bathroom mirror. I would put on my bathroom mirror upstairs, downstairs in my bedroom. So then, when I would go to the bathroom, or when I would go to brush my teeth or do my hair, that affirmation was right there staring me in the face, and I would be able to read it. I would be able to recite it to myself, and then it would make me feel so much better. So whatever way works for you, I think, affirmations would be really helpful. Put it on Post-it notes or write it on your mirror and put it somewhere you're going to see it, or even putting it on the background of your phone. Put it somewhere you're going to see it. So when you're struggling with whatever you're struggling with personally, you can see the affirmation, and that affirmation can remind you of the journey you are on to inner peace and inner love and inner acceptance, whatever it is for you. It's just there to remind you that this is a journey you chose to be on. And sometimes just reading it and saying it to yourself and then kind of just breathing can make you feel so much better and lighten the mood. And lastly, you can go to therapy or talk it out with somebody. Sometimes we need help processing our emotions, and that's okay. Seeking support is a strength, not a weakness. I've always said some people, therapy is great, for other people, it's not. If you have somebody in your family that knows what you're struggling with, or a close friend you can talk to, sometimes it's good just to put it out there in, to the universe, to somebody, to say, like, I don't know how to process how I'm feeling. I need help. And therapy can be a great way, because I think sometimes we feel like if we go to a family member or friend, they can be very judgmental and they have their own opinions. But if you go to therapy, a therapist doesn't know you. They don't know your mistakes. They don't know your past relationships. They don't know the traumas you went through. They don't know nothing about you. And the thing about therapy is, like, you share what you want to share with them, and then they help you with the information they know. So I think sometimes it's easier for you to go to therapy because that person doesn't know you personally and isn't going to judge you or have any, reason to go against what you're wanting to fix and what you're wanting to go through. They're just there to listen to whatever you want to share and help with however you want help with. And I think some people think that therapy is, oh, I don't want to go to therapy because people are going to say something or it's going to show I'm weak. Like, no, choosing to take care of yourself and your soul and, choosing that is a strength, because you're choosing to do whatever you need to do for yourself to feel better and to move forward. And I think that is a beautiful thing. So lastly, we're going to talk about moving forward with peace. Letting go is not a one-time event. It's a daily decision. Some days will feel lighter and others will bring back the old pain. But remind yourself that you are on a journey. Healing isn't linear, but every step forward is a victory. So today I challenge you, release one thing, whether it's forgiving someone in your heart, deleting an old text message, or simply saying, I am ready to heal. You deserve peace, you deserve joy, and most importantly, you deserve to be free from whatever is hurting your soul. Maybe you choose one thing to work on a month, one thing to work on a week, or even one thing to work on daily. And your main focus is, releasing that one thing. And then once you've released it and you have something else you want to work on, you can work on that. But start today with one thing. Say, I want to release these past relationships and how they've made me feel, or these past mistakes that I keep replaying over and over again, or I want to work on my mental health in this certain way, and do that. And then once you've done that, then keep going. Letting go is not a one-time event where you're like, I'm letting this go and it's gone and I release it and it feels good. It's a daily decision. You're gonna work towards it every day, kind of like you work at a job every day. Your mental health and whatever you're releasing and letting go of is a daily practice. You keep working on it until you feel better, and then you still work on it while working on other things. So I challenge you just to choose to release one thing that's holding you back, that's heavy on your heart, and then continuously work on that, and then keep releasing whatever else is holding you back. Because you deserve peace and you deserve to live a life of joy and love and happiness. And we're not supposed to be here to be burdened by the past and the things that, hold us down. We're here to live a beautiful life, whatever that life looks for you. So just remember that today. You deserve peace and you deserve joy. And most importantly, you deserve to be free from whatever is hurting your soul. So thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. So until next time, be kind to yourself, breathe, and remember, you are worthy of healing.